Nightly news.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight on the YouTube. Asia is doing camera stuff, messing with his lens.
Oh, that looks so
Danan, for
much
some
better.
reason, is
Unbelievable.
purple. Got a nice purple hue too, Danan.
Yeah.
And Bread is a little blurry. I feel like I actually am winning the camera game today with this beautiful painting.
You're doing great.
Brad, thanks for painting,
great.
man.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that I'm an artist.
Yeah, definitely one of the things people didn't know about you. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. We are talking about the SAVE Expo, which we're really excited about next weekend. And we've got some big Sunshine State Adventure Co. announcements to talk about. Why don't we do this? Why don't you guys introduce yourself real quick, and then we'll get rolling. For everybody that doesn't know you, Overlandaroo, who are you?
Yep, Brad Duro. I run the small channel Overlandaroos on YouTube. And
is it really that small, Brad? How small is it? No, your channel.
2,400 viewers who I value and appreciate every single one of them. And
sounds huge.
If you're not a liker and subscriber, then make sure you like her and subscriber tonight before we part ways here.
Sweet, dude. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Always.
Who's below you? Can you introduce the person below you?
Sure can. That's our favorite Asian. That's Asia Sampson from Baptism Overland.
Asia, I'll let you introduce yourself. It's fine.
I am Asia Sampson, and well, according to John, I'm blowing Brad because he said, "Who's below you?" I'm like, "Probably Brad."
God.
Oh, below.
You went there.
You see,
you went there. This is a live stream, man.
Last week, I celebrated a birthday, and
oh yeah, you're like 58 or something like that now, right?
48.
You look great for your age.
Yeah, you look great for my age.
Thank you. As a birthday present to myself, I bought myself some AirPods, and they are awesome. Like, man, why didn't I have these before? But now I'm, it's hard for me to, getting used to the hearing here. So, I run Baptism Overland, and we have closing in on 24,000, trying to aim for 25, and yeah, that's me. I love these guys. I've missed all of your faces, you guys.
Thanks, man. Our faces.
No, I really have. I really have missed your faces.
Well, so next week is our 4th anniversary of basically all of us having met each other.
We met each other at SAVE. Yeah, we all met each other. Well,
I think so.
The three of us met each other at SAVE, and then we met John after he messaged all of us about the fat, and then we all went on a trip together. And so it's about to be 4. Is it 4 years? I thought it was 3.
I think so. I think it's 4.
Yeah,
nice.
I think
4 years. Yeah. What an epic trip it was. In the middle of the summer, poor decisions were made. What can we do?
It was worth it once, but we did it twice in the middle of the summer.
We did do it twice.
That's true.
I just have to say, and I'm going to say it without joking, because you guys know I joke a lot. You just never, when you meet people, you just never know what kind of an impact they're going to have on your lives. So always keep your heart open to people that you meet, because these 3 guys here are literally have gotten me through so much. I mean, even it could be as crappy as like my vehicle, and now I got to replace the thermostat, or even just like faith wise and whatever. And 2 weeks ago, being with Danan and John at Man Camp, transformed a lot, and just a lot. And it's just knowing you guys being my brothers and stuff, and being like friends, close friends. I couldn't say that I love you guys any more than I do. And I just wanted to say that. That's
awesome, man. We love you too, Asia.
Yeah.
Love you too, bro. And last but not least, the adventurer with no adventures, at least on the internet. Introduce
my name
yourself
is
there, Purple Boy.
My name is Danan, and these 3 guys run a channel called Adventure with Danan on YouTube, because I don't post videos. I'm just in all of theirs. I have a Land Rover. I do record a lot. That's true. Actually, I'm actively looking for a video editor.
Actively.
Actively.
Wow.
I'm looking right now Asia, Brad.
Can you
for a
pass
video
a
editor.
look
Nope.
for something?
Yeah, you can. That would be like internet trolling, stalking.
Oh.
And I like
can help you
long
edit your
walks
silent
down
movie.
short beaches, and I'm
I ain't got time for that.
I'm big on hugs. I'm internationally renowned for being a great hugger.
It's true.
And should I keep going, Sean? Or you
Nope,
want to
that's
take
it.
over?
That was great. Everybody has, at this stage of the game, the fact that we've kept our 14 viewers is really saying something. Well, guys, for so long, it has been the four of us plus sometimes Zach and Tracy from Sunshine State Vikings, sometimes Jason Kirchie from Swell Runner, but we're about to add a fifth amigo.
Oof.
A fifth
Ooh.
wheel.
About to add a fifth wheel to this four-legged stool, because
Those are those
what
big
does a stool
campers,
need
right?
more than four legs? A fifth leg. Everybody, join me in welcoming my good friend and yours, Gene White, aka Charlie Brown. Come on, Charlie Brown. we made him sit off site the whole time. Now, here's why Gene is joining us here, is because you guys already know this, but Sunshine State Adventure Co. is growing, and I don't have what it takes to keep the thing growing, and it's getting huge. It's about to get even huger because we are going to be opening a full-blown, not partially blown, full-blown off-road shop. We're calling it Sunshine State Overland Outfitters. And Gene here is not only one of my best friends and one of the best guys I know, but he's the best mechanic that I know. He's full-blown wiring pervert.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yep.
Hired.
He may or may not have the ability to wire a vehicle and label everything in it. He torques even screws. Especially screws. Yep. So we're super excited about that. Gene, introduce yourself. Tell the people on the internet a little bit about who you are and why you're the greatest Toyota owning Charlie Brown on the planet.
Man, that's
doesn't it look like Charlie Brown? Look at him. Look at this Charlie.
I actually
Brown.
have like almost.
There it is.
Too.
He takes the hat off. Full blown Charlie Brown.
I've been trying to get these guys to give me a shirt, but they won't. So I mean, after those introductions, that's really, really hard to follow up with anything.
I doubt that. None of us said anything important. Go ahead, man.
Nothing.
I mean, I don't have anything really emotional, but yeah.
No one needs you to get emotional.
Let him go. Let him go.
Okay.
Let him eat.
John is the best guy I've ever met. But
somebody already said maybe he can fix your tail light.
That's what I was about to say.
That is, I actually wanted to specifically cover. That is the one thing I will not repair. Out of principle, there's no way I can repair that now.
Yep.
But I've been running a small mechanic shop for years. I've been a gearhead for pretty much my whole life. And my dad was a gearhead, had a shop. And man, probably, I don't know, 10 years ago, I kind of started getting off-road scene, overland scene. Really because Expedition Overland, I kind of fell into it, saw them one day. I was like, I got to do that.
Yeah.
And started with a Jeep Cherokee like most people do. And still have one of those very, very swell, nice machines at my house. But I have a Toyota. I was really reluctant starting this with John because he has a Nissan and he's a Nissan guy exclusively. But
well, just be thankful you didn't start it with me because I've got a Rover.
Yeah, that would have been possibly the most unreliable overland outfitter shop ever. But we're adding some reliability in there by having a Toyota. So yeah, should be good.
No, we're excited about it. Gene has done a bunch of work on my Xterra and pretty much all my stuff over the years, and
awesome.
He's seriously the best. Has a ton of experience. He's kind of being a little low key on it, but he has a amazing, really beautiful, fully built Toyota Tacoma on 35s, freaking manual, and he wheels that sucker quite well. He's got an XJ, two-door XJ on 35s, right? 35s as well.
Wow.
And then he has a 4Runner, third-gen 4Runner, right?
Yeah.
And what's the secret little
the little whistly thing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a TRD blower under it.
TRD
Magnuson blower.
TRD Magnuson blower is pretty
Yeah.
sweet. So he's got all kinds of stuff. Seriously, an amazing mechanic and a great friend to me. So we're really excited about this. This has been something that I've been dreaming about for a long time, something that Gene's been dreaming about for a long time. And it just makes sense with the Facebook group and with YouTube channel and all the things. Gene was doing work on all of our friends' rigs,
Yeah.
it seemed like, at his house. And I was like, I have a lift and you've got a lift and you've got tools and you're a good mechanic and I'm not. And so why don't we just make this a thing? So we're really excited about that. The shop is going to be in Newberry, Florida, which is where I live, about 20 minutes off of I-75. I think it's going to be located in a really great spot for a lot of people. And yeah, we're going to do all the stuff from
Pretty sure I'm going to break down over at Save Expo, and I'll just
Guaranteed.
leave it there with you guys.
I live here now.
that works.
I'll Uber
Whatever
home.
you need to do, we'll take care of you from, lights to lift kits, lockers, re-gears, rooftop tents. I mean, seriously, this guy can wire up anything. We'll do whatever needs to get done.
Sweet.
Bumper fab stuff. So we're really excited about that. We're excited to partner with some really great companies to get some
You
great
weld?
stuff in stock. Say what?
You weld as well?
Yep.
Yes.
Ha. Sweet. I'll bring you my welder.
It's going to be pretty sweet. So we're definitely excited about it. And we're getting the keys to the building here, I think on Monday. So like we're getting rolling really fast. We're excited we're going to be hosting probably bi-monthly. We're going to host like a Rigs and Red Bull event out of the shop.
Oh, sweet.
Get people to come hang out and check out the shop and just, connect, and then maybe go hit some trails afterwards. So there's going to be a lot of cool ways that Sunshine State Adventure Co. and Sunshine State Overland Outfitters are going to be able to do things together. Gene's going to be able to help out with the YouTube channel as well, doing gear reviews, doing build videos. Gene doesn't even know this yet, but one of the things that I really want to do, this is news to Gene, but one of the things that I really want to do that I've been, seeing a lot in our Facebook group is like a budget build type of a thing where, I posted one time, I asked like, what is your favorite Overland budget build, like under $5,000 or something like that? And someone's like, you can't go overlanding for less than, $50,000 or whatever.
No.
So
That's extreme.
crap. So
I disagree.
Pretty excited about some of the stuff that we're going to get to do. And we've got some business partnership stuff that we're still in discussion with some really awesome companies that is going to involve the shop. So pumped about that. Pumped to introduce you guys to Gene. Did I miss anything on that?
No, I don't believe so.
Nice.
And you added some stuff to it. Which is pretty
You guys should compete in the that Onyx competition that they do every year with different groups.
Build off.
They build
Yeah.
off. Oh man, you guys should do one. That would be awesome.
Yep. So
All
we're pretty
right,
excited about it.
Go to John's GoFundMe page for donations to the Build Off Challenge.
Yeah, that's not a thing we're doing. But yeah, it's gonna be
Dude,
cool.
Listen, if you need help, bro, I got tens of dollars. It's amazing.
Tens of dollars.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that you've got a little bit more than that, because we are about to be at the Save Expo and we're going to be selling some stuff and some things, which I'm pretty excited about. So pumped about the expo. Danan, you've been to the expo a bunch. Same with you, Brad, in Asia. What is your favorite part about the Save Expo?
For me, it's the people that break on the rocks.
Yep. I think mine is just hanging out with people. Like the gear is cool.
Yeah.
The gear is awesome, but like, man, the friendships and the bonds that are created at the Save Expo is just, you can't put a price tag on that.
When I first went to the Save, it was all about gear because I didn't know anybody, and I just walked around and I was just like fanboying over all the products that were there. I'm like, I want this. And it's weird now that because of the advantages that we've all had, I go around there and I'm like, I already own that. Or like I work with them. And I think that's a gift. So for me now, it's more just reconnecting with those vendors that I know, that we all know, and a lot of us have become friends with some of those guys, and then really just hanging out with you guys, man. Just being there and just being around that energy and just having, even at night, just goofing around, and everyone's just pulling up camp chairs and bringing them around to other people's campsites, and then you're just kind of So that's my favorite part, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
What about
And
you,
this
Gene?
year-
You've been to the Save Expo a bunch.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like the gear a lot. I like looking at the gear. I think it's unnecessary too, and being like, wow, that would be cool if I was incredibly rich. But no, I like the gear. I like hanging out, seeing the guys, running across this loser at his booth and everything. But making fun of his exterior is my favorite thing. But other than that,
Yes, I think that's all. I think that's
Yeah.
that's the glue.
Can confirm.
That's the
Brad,
glue.
what's-
That's
What's your
is the
favorite,
most
Brad?
unnecessary piece of gear you've seen at the Save Expo?
Oh,
man, I mean,
How-
some of the
two.
stickers, Florida Adventure Trail,
come on.
No, but, man, you see some of these giant like Unimog rigs and stuff like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's super cool, but like you can't really take that anywhere except
Yeah.
the desert. It's cool.
It's
But
cute.
yeah, that's probably about
They're
the-
awesome, but what, you get 3 miles per gallon?
Yeah.
For me,
Coca.
rooftop tents. Pfft, who needs those? Sleep inside your rig like I do.
Your rig is a coffin. It doesn't even move half the time.
That's not true. That's not true.
Basically, Danon's rig is a tiny house.
Yeah.
It just stays in one spot.
It's a really,
It's
one
not
day
where
it's
I was
gonna make
going
for a
with this.
really one day it's gonna make for a really great planter. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be dope.
Like a
Oh, that's
tractor
funny.
outside of the.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
it.
I see what
And
you're
then a
Lives at
few
the
years
Save
later,
Expo.
it's going to be, it'll turn
There.
into 1,000 products on Temu after it gets chopped up into a bunch of little pieces. It gets repurposed on Temu.
Oh, poor Danan.
It's gonna be at the Save Expo. It's gonna be a relic there, and people will come, and things have grown around it. People will take pictures of it, and like this was the
It'll be like a
monument.
shrine.
Yeah,
Danan, will
Yeah.
you stand up for yourself?
No,
No, he
it's all
can't.
the truth.
No,
I can't defend truth.
For those who are watching
Dang it.
right now who don't know us and the jokes we make, you know how you have like an ex, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, and you have an ex, and you know that they're bad for you, but yet you stay in the relationship knowing well that you should have left a long time ago. That is Danon and his Land Rover.
So you're
Yep.
saying like my Rover is a bad ex-boyfriend for me?
If
Yes.
that's how you want, yeah. It's
Man, when a guy
you-
owns Jeep
it's a
can say
toxic
that,
relationship, and you keep putting money in this toxic relationship, hoping it'll love you back.
The Adventure Crusader says Dana's gonna tow it like an adventure trailer. I have literally thought of that. If I got myself an excursion, I'd put the Rover on the back on a trailer on a flatbed. I would tow.
What's that disease where you make love to your captor? That's what Danan does.
We're going to move on from that.
Well, yeah,
Brad,
okay,
how's your
yes.
how is your rear main seal doing? How's your brand new Jeep Gladiator rear main
Yeah.
seal doing?
All
Let's
right,
talk
so
about a
rear main
leaky
seal
brand
number
new Jeep.
Speaking of
two-
abusive girlfriends,
It's a fair question. Rear main seal number 2, after the dealer has fixed it, seems to be holding and not draining oil in my driveway anymore. But yeah,
Yeah,
full
well, I'm
7,000
saying
miles.
my Nissan doesn't have any of those problems.
Well, listen, I had a Nissan Xterra for a while, and it was in the shop every week. So,
Well,
I mean, so is John's.
I have a Gene.
Yeah.
Huh.
and it had a blower on it. So I don't know if that matters.
Oh, it was a first gen. Have we talked about this before? I didn't know you had a first gen Xterra.
Yeah.
Those were cool. Yours wasn't apparently. But all right,
That was
Asia,
right.
most unnecessary thing you've seen at expos.
Unnecessary thing I've seen at Expo. God, because if I say it, and
Say
it's
it.
calling them out, and someone might be watching. I saw like someone say,
Who cares?
Just speak in general. Speak in general.
Describe
No,
it.
because
in
Be
what I-
great
specific
detail.
about it.
I mean,
Be as
someone was
specific as
selling.
possible.
Someone was selling organic pet snacks. I don't know what.
Oh yeah.
Was it made out of pets?
Who knows?
Like this
well,
used to
it
be a
depends
dog
on
food?
whether
I
the
get
farmer
it. I get
named the
look,
cow.
Listen, actually, no. Okay, look. Let me change. It's not useless. It's just for the price that it is. It's ridiculously. It's those automatic toilets, which I think are awesome. Because Jason has one, I think,
It's
right?
funny that
And
you
they're
say
great
that.
because it vacuum seals your poop and like
No.
it's.
Dude,
but
I
No,
can
I
do
want
that
an Overland
myself.
bidet.
It's $500. You
$500.
just take the corner and suck the air out of it and seal it up. That's all you gotta
No,
do.
I want
That's
an
style.
Overland bidet.
An
It's just, I
Overland-
mean, dude, it costs more than a regular toilet at home, and it's
Yeah,
just
but
this
you're
box.
gonna
that-
use it at least twice a day. There's
If it's
other
for,
there's
like,
other
3 days.
$400 items that almost never get used.
Those are both really
I
specific.
and I know, you know what, Brad? I know what items you're talking about, and I feel attacked. Okay,
Well,
listen.
well,
Listen,
maybe.
let's not attack each other's items on the internet, guys. Okay.
All I
right.
know is that John bought a Devo Slight Ranger, and I'm sure he's excited about it. And I like mine, and you keep, yeah, you're being
The
mean
one
to
that is
us.
outside of my house currently has a dead light bulb, so I need to reach out. I
Listen,
think.
all I'm saying is that when I ran the SoFat with the Adventure Crusader, aka Daryl, and some of the other guys, the only thing that kept the bugs off of us was that freaking Devo's Light Ranger thing. He put it way up. I don't know how
Mhm.
high it went, but went super
Mhm.
high up without the filter on, and
The
it was
bugs
worked
stood it out.
better than like bug spray or whatever. And then when it was time to go to bed, we just turned that sucker off, and it was no big deal.
What
Yep.
if we went with night vision goggles?
I'm in for that.
If you can supply them, I'm in.
Dude, I'm
I want
so in.
thermals.
If we just walk around with those, yeah, sure.
All
Oh,
right, so
Brad.
listen, my most unnecessary Overland item that I've seen, and this is probably going to be a little controversial,
Ooh.
but I don't really care,
Okay.
is the stupid inflatable like TV
Chairs?
screen thing with
Oh,
a projector
yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah, those are
Mm.
dumb.
All I'm saying is,
Nope.
is if you go on an Overland trip and you're in the middle of freaking nowhere and you're like, you know what I really want to do is watch a movie.
Yeah, nope.
I don't know.
You're not doing it right.
To me, unpopular opinion, when I'm
You're
on
not
a
doing it
trip,
right.
I go to unplug, not to plug in. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
I do know what you
Which
mean.
is why we bring street lights into the woods.
Now, Gene,
No, that's different.
Charlie Brown
though.
over here,
That-
full-blown TV guy.
Hey, listen, do you know that the Devos you can get, and I'm not trying to sell it here, but you can get a motion sensor for it so that at night, if any kind of like if someone walked into your campsite or
I'm
a
not
big
afraid
bear
of the
walked
dark,
into your
Andrew. You don't
campsite,
have to
the
sell me
light
on
will
it.
turn on and alert you, that, okay, there's something walking around out there because it lit up.
Does it have like a
Good.
wireless like Sentry feature where I can like get it to talk to my 9mm from the 10 or something and just
That would be awesome. I
What
mean,
would it say?
one of our rigs
would
just needs
say-
to have
reach for the sky. And then Woody, I'm not.
Wait, is this
No.
is this live stream about camping or like anything relevant to anybody's life, or I'm
We
asking
have-
for a friend here.
We have taken
for-
a left turn.
We have, anyways, Save Expo. We're really excited about it. Brad will be in the booth. Asia will be in the booth. Gene from Sunshine State Overland Outfitters
We'll be in the
will be in
booth.
the booth.
Pew, pew.
Guys, he put door decal on Black Beauty today.
Yes.
Nice.
His truck officially says Sunshine State Overland Outfitters, and it looks.
I'll put
looks
it on
like
the
it's from my
Rover.
door.
Say what?
Picture it didn't happen.
Yeah, I'll put it on the Rover
Okay.
if you want, like, if you just want people that around my neighborhood where it's parked to see it.
Yeah, I was about to say
Good
that.
branding.
I think they want a
billboard
running
look
vehicle
on
to
a
have
Rover.
the emblem.
Seems more like
on
a
it.
billboard.
Come on, the Rover runs. You know it runs.
Oh, it does run? I didn't know it ran.
Well, after you see it, it will.
It runs.
Yeah, so I'm excited to have everybody hanging out in the booth. You guys know this, but I paid for a gigantic booth. It is,
massive.
it's ridiculous. My wife has
Huge.
been a little annoyed about the size of the booth, and she's not wrong about it.
It's a full
So-
acre.
It's pretty big. So here
It
is
is
why,
the Save Expo.
Here's why I bought a giant booth and then added another giant booth on top of it, is because I want you guys, all of you watching and all of you coming to the Save Expo, to come hang out with us. Just bring your lawn chair, come hang out in the booth. Brett is bringing his solo stove.
Yep, and probably apple pies.
Ooh, wait! Oh, wait a minute. Are they the apple pies that you threw onto my dash that stayed there for like 4 months until I found it?
It sounds like you're being selfish. Yes, those are the same apple pies.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
But
Oh
the
my
ones I
God.
bring in will be fresh, not off of Danan's dashboard.
I want to ask. how it
I don't
was
know
there
about that.
after 4 months without you noticing, but like I feel like that would go another tangent. So
Listen,
Yeah.
I agree with you. It would go on another tangent.
Guaranteed.
So we're gonna let that one lie.
I think that's a good. I think that's
Yeah.
a very valid thing. April down here in the comments, she said, "So, question going back to the shop, a newbie like me needs to know how to fix
on
stuff
topic.
on the trail. Are you ever going to offer classes on the basic brakes? Too early to ask. It's a great question.
Ooh.
Oh, is she? Wait a
April,
minute. Is
thanks
is
for
that
asking
targeted
a
at me
relevant
about too early
question.
to ask?
What?
Say what?
Watch this,
Dude,
April.
Is she targeting
absolutely
me
will
at
be
too early
offering
to
class
ask?
every month.
I feel
Dude,
like
that would be- if
April
you guys-
is trying
if-
to passively ask for Danan. She's gonna be like, "So for my friend Danan."
Thanks, April.
Yeah.
Maybe
Um,
No, if you guys listen, on our last, I'm gonna say this, on our last trip, when we were filming the Waypoint Unknown video, we had
Mhm.
so many issues with pretty much almost everyone's vehicles, right? Like Danon had to get, we had to
No, that's not
so-
true, John. We had to replace your drive shaft.
Yep, John's
And-
drive
and
shaft.
He broke his
Your-
taillight again.
How quickly
yeah.
forget you did back into
Your
another trade.
vehicle. There were, but these guys like were so like we could figure things out like right there. And I'm not good at that stuff. And everybody knows I'm anxious about that. If you guys offered a class like that to show people how to, okay, these are the common things that'll happen on a trail. How do you fix it? Dude, I would go to that in a heartbeat. Because
What the hell, Brett? What
where
the
did
hell
that
I
even?
saw?
How do
the
you guys want to
Where did
do
that
it?
even
Argentina
come from?
president just joined the
know.
live stream as a chainsaw. Jeez.
Oh my God.
All right,
When-
so I actually think this is a great question. More so, what are common beyond what are common breaks? What should you have with you to fix them? Because I'll
Yeah.
tell you, an actual major concern for me is if I blow a radiator hose, I literally have no idea how I would fix that, other than maybe duct tape. But if it's a high pressure hose,
That's not going to hold.
yeah,
Darn right.
Yeah.
Gene, are we going to offer classes on this at the?
I mean, it's something we could definitely look into.
could at
and
least
do.
make a video.
Yeah. That is kind of hard to do in the fact that like each vehicle has different brakes. Jeeps have straight axles, so they're not going to break CV axles like a Toyota. Land Rovers are just going to basically break completely, and you need a whole nother truck with it. So it just, it does depend. What we could do probably be better doing like a preparedness class.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
tools to bring, basic parts. Like you say,
Right.
radiator hoses,
Alternator belt.
yeah,
Yeah.
serpentine belt,
engines, transmissions.
Jeeps, U joints for axles and stuff, Toyotas and IFS like mine, John's rig, spare CV axles.
I always
And,
have it, at least one brand new spare CV in the box in the rig when we go out of state.
Now, usually you don't need a whole new drive shaft like John does, but I've been telling him to fix that correctly for 2 years now.
Yes.
And
all it takes
still
is
not.
money, and I have to mail my drive shaft
But
to
yeah,
Tom Woods. I don't want to do that yet.
Why do you say it like that?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because you never know what's going to happen, man. You think everything's cool. You're prepared for everything else, but unless you're willing to bring almost every part, like you just don't know what's
yeah,
going to go down.
the best
So,
part is like maintaining
um,
your rig, making sure your rig's maintained, and
Yeah,
that's going to
pre-checks.
be the best part. But like common junk,
I don't
That's
do
it.
that.
the axles, U joints, couple hoses and belts, like you can toss that in a little tool bag
Yep.
with some basic tools to change that.
Fuses.
Yeah.
Yep.
but that would be a
Fluids.
good class to have on like the basics of how to inspect your rig before going out.
Yes.
Like what are the things
Yeah,
you
that
look
would be
for?
good.
What are signs to? That'd be a good class. Like, okay, how are my brakes looking, and how are these looking, and how are my hoses looking? That'd be a good like kind of
Yeah.
checkpoint and make sure everything's all good. And then when you go out, then you'll know that you're
Totally.
somewhat ready there. That would be a good
Yeah.
class
So
to
that's
do.
a great.
But
That's a
that's
great
pretty-
thing.
That's pretty
Yeah,
universal.
and that's a great thing that we could do as like a seminar at the Save Expo
Yeah.
in the future. That's something that we could do at one of our like Rigs and Red Bull events, and it's something we could do at like our Fat Camp stuff. So excited about the possibilities of doing some more stuff like that, and to give Gene a chance to share his genie wisdom.
And then Aja's wife could do first aid.
That's right. Asia's wife can do first aid, live first aid on somebody who's almost dying because it's happened before.
Yeah, so my wife.
We could like split open Brad's forehead and reenact the wilderness bread face repair.
I'll do it for the people.
my look, man, like not to blow up my wife, but she is a badass when it comes to that stuff. Like, you know, for those of you that don't know, Brad ended up getting a huge gash on his
let's
brow.
tell him how.
And my wife
Tell
is
him
just
how.
with a bungee cord.
With a bungee cord, everybody.
And my wife just like patched them up, just like no problem, just like. And I couldn't even stand to look at the side of blood. And my wife was like calmly just okay.
Bro, she took better care of me than
got
like
them all
an
stitched
ER
up.
would have.
Definitely better than the VA would. That's for sure.
Oh, I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But you did, so I didn't
Brad
have
can't
to.
say it. I will.
That's
it's
spicy.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, look at how beautiful bread is now. It's like a delicious focaccia. Yeah. There we go.
That's it. It's yeah.
Let's answer a couple of questions here. So the Adventure Crusader says something completely unacceptable. We'll skip over that one. Let's see. Does the trail?
I actually think that's a great question, because I think those Mitsubishi Monteros, especially the Gen 3s, are real nice.
I have to fit in it though.
Oh, they're huge.
Nah.
You need to go sit in one of those Gen 3s. It's bigger than your LR3. I'm telling you, you would like it.
I'm willing to entertaining.
Yeah, Landers are not very big. Like
see, I have the height. I've got the height. So I went and I sat in an LX 570 because that's what I planned on replacing the Rover with.
Just take the seat out.
And you could fasten yourself in with bungee cords. Done.
No, so the next question is from D Camino Overland. Does the Florida Adventure Trail start in Central Florida? So it starts at the Georgia-Florida border and goes all the way down from there into North Tampa, basically, and then up into on the west side of Florida into the Panhandle, and then across the Panhandle.
Is there an official start and finish, or do we just always do it from Osceola?
No.
I mean, you could start here.
You can start
on this
anywhere.
end. You can start on this end in the Gulf Coast and then go around it, and then start anywhere.
Adjusts. Give me a break.
But to that point, though, the FAT has been extended. Now
that's right.
Now it's fatter.
Which now there's SoFat, which includes South Florida area.
SoFat and the Panhandle Adventure Trail. Yeah. So we've got the PHAT, the FAT, and the SoFat, which is pretty awesome because officially, if you link all of those together, Florida now has the longest adventure trail in the United States out of any other state. Obviously, there's longer routes that go across multiple states and stuff like that. But as far as like
for a single state,
say that again.
For a single state, it's
for
the
a single
longest.
state. Florida now has the longest adventure trail of any state in America, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yes, to answer the question about where the FAT starts, you can pick it up anywhere. The cool part about it is that it's not like a roller coaster ride where once you're on, you can't get off. You can get on and off wherever you'd like. And then the SoFat route connects into the southern end of Green Swamp. So you can hop out of Green Swamp area, kind of that Citron, Rich Loam with Lacucci area, and then you can head south. So that is, hopefully that answers that question well. Another question, if it starts at the Georgia-Florida line, are you required to listen to Florida-Georgia line the whole time?
I think so.
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
And only if you want brainworms. So as somebody who loves country music, I refuse to accept Florida-Georgia line as such. So
John prefers Nickelback when he's off-roading, I think.
That's true.
Yeah. Or hey, is there still a prize for the person who does like the whole thing?
No, not anymore.
Okay, well,
You know what I
That's
find?
That bounty
You know-
got left up for like 4 years. Nobody did anything with it. And then half the companies that donated stuff or like said they would donate stuff, once it was done, they don't really exist anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot and put out a bounty for the first person to do all 3,000 miles of the Florida, which somebody recommended. I think it
In
was
one day?
Danan. No, that's not possible. One day. Come on. Dan, Brad, sometimes I
Brad,
think you have brainworms.
I really, seriously.
I think airplanes are giving you brainworms.
Let's actually cover
We're
a
not
topic
scientists.
here that I think is really important. I find it very interesting that some of you actually have the opportunity to listen to music while off-roading, because I have to listen for noises while off-roading. So,
I don't listen to
you
music.
listen.
I don't know. No,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
listening
listen
for
to
things
music
too.
either. I want to listen to the nature and the annoying drone of my MagnaFlow exhaust that I wish was never put on.
My favorite thing to listen to while we're off-roading is John do voices and fool Asia into thinking people are on the channel. So then we have to change channels.
Wait, what?
Brad!
Wait, hold on. Wait, this whole time. I'm only now. Okay, listen. I hate you guys because I'm not going to bring up. Okay, I'm not bringing up saltwater, the saltwater situation.
Nope.
Okay, wait. I'm now just learning this. This whole time I'm thinking there's interference, and it was Sean. God, I hate you guys. Look, I'm like thinking, man, this antenna is really powerful. We need to switch channels, you guys.
And
'cause
it is really
I keep-
powerful.
I'm like, I keep getting interference. So this whole time that was John.
About 90% of the time it's me.
The other 10% was that woman doing 100 miles an hour through that in that
Oh, yeah.
old caddy.
I remember that. Yeah.
Asia will just go,
Oh.
man, are you guys getting that interference? And then we all just say no.
Pretty standard.
I'm only now learning this. Oh my God. How did I become the guy that you guys will troll? Because someone asked me one time, like, are there going to be saltwater crossings on the Florida Adventure Trail? And John talked about being close to the coastline. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to check because I didn't know there might be. And
It's a fair
then John
question
said,
for
yeah, there's
Florida.
definitely going to be some saltwater crossings. And the whole time I'm thinking there is. And the whole time they're joking with me about there's going to be like a whale that's going to jump out. And a dolphin, and that's when I knew that they were joking with me. But I'm like,
That's good.
I didn't know. I'm like, dang, do I need to wash the bottom of my Jeep from all that salt water afterwards? And come to find out, nope, there was not one area.
You know what? I've actually been asked if you see alligators on the Fat, and I would have normally said, yeah, sure. In like lakes and stuff, if the water's wet, there's alligators in there. But John, you went through a little puddle and scared an alligator out of it. The one that you hung up on that that tree. Yeah. Like it was a small puddle considering that there's
it was
an
probably
alligator
only
there.
like a 2-footer, but either way, there's a little.
It's Florida, man. You're gonna see those.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are not from Florida, like they really get worried that like, oh, you're gonna see gators. You will. I mean, there were some in my backyard where I was going up, but most times they're gonna run away from you, man. Like they're not gonna sit there and mess with you or anything.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about them at all until they're coming at you at high speed. That's the only time you have to really worry about them.
And that's if you're in the water.
Gotta watch out for those high-speed alligators.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for them. Speaking of high-speed alligators, the Save Expo is next weekend, and a couple cool things that Alyssa, who runs the Save Expo, has added this year that Gene and I are going to be helping out with, and some of you guys will be helping out with. Friday night, they're doing a night ride out on the trails, so not on the obstacle course, but on the trails, which is going to be super cool. So we're excited to.
Can you tow me?
Be leading that. What?
Can you tow me?
Yeah.
Gene will tow
you with Black Betty. It'll be good. I'm just gonna keep making up names for your truck until it has one.
Yeah, actually, the Jeep has officially been called Black Betty for like 10 years. So
I didn't know that.
You can't call it.
Okay.
I learned something new.
I usually call the taco like the turd taco.
When you have like 17
Turd
vehicles
taco.
like Gene does, it's hard to know what's named what. You know, it's kind of like having 17 children.
Super easy for me.
Okay.
I know all their names.
Well, there you go. All right. But yes, Gene will tow you because that's what Toyotas do. They tow Land Rovers around. So there you go.
Yeah.
So that'll be happening Friday night. And then Saturday and Sunday, the firm has opened up the back part of the trails, the more like extreme, intense off-road trails on the back part of the firm. And we're going to do like a limited trail ride. I think there's like 20 spots per trail ride, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. Definitely not like it's going to have to be a high clearance, truck type of thing, real 4-wheel drive.
That's not me.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Speaking of SAVE, we're also going to do some demos on Onyx for those of you who are into Onyx or want or don't know what navigation system to use. I'm an ambassador of Onyx, and John is is now, I guess. And so we are kind of representing Onyx at our booth. We're trying to convince them to, join us, to have their own booth next year. But we're going to be representing them at the Florida Adventure Trail booth. And so if you want to learn about Onyx and how to use it, we will all be there to answer questions and things like that. I use it extensively, so I know it pretty well because I have to make content for it. But we'll be there to answer questions, show you how to create routes. So you'll never have to figure out again where do I go? What do I do? It makes it easy. So come by.
And John, are we allowed to talk about what we haven't talked about with you?
Yeah, well, that was a little bit of a layup there. And so I guess the second big news, other than the fact that Sunshine State Adventure Co. is opening up an Overland outfitter shop with all the fixings to do all the things. So we're really excited about that. The second big announcement that we have is that Sunshine State Adventure Co. is now officially partnering with Onyx for a brand new initiative that they are starting called Rugged Adventures. Really excited about what that means for Sunshine State Adventure Company, what it means for Sunshine State Overland Outfitters, what it means for our booth at the Expo. Actually, a couple days ago, the giant box that Onyx sent to my house showed up that has tons and tons and tons of swag and giveaway stuff from Onyx, a bunch of free year-long premium subscriptions with Onyx that they donated for the raffle at the SAVE Expo. We've got water bottles and koozies and net gaiters and all kinds of cool stuff and stickers. I mean, just a giant box full of stuff. So really, really grateful for them. But Rugged Adventures is a brand new initiative that Onyx has started to basically connect route creators like myself with the people that use Onyx, with the folks that have the app like all of you. And so pretty soon, not exactly sure when, but pretty soon, the fat will be on Onyx. And what I mean by that is the second that somebody downloads the Onyx app, the fat will already be on there. And then there's a second piece to this, which is Onyx, as part of their Rugged Adventures initiative, is going to be working with me and Asia and Brad and Danan and Gene and the rest of the crew. And we are going to be a part of Asia and Brad are going to film it, be a team, get the thing done together. Asia will use his wonderful editing skills and all the stuff. And we're going to be out there running the fat again for Onyx's Rugged Adventure series. So really excited about that. This is a huge deal for adventure travel in Florida. My hope is that it gets more people from out of state to come to Florida and check out the fat. So very soon.
It's going to be awesome.
Yep, it's going to be pretty cool. And if you're new to using Onyx, just like Asia said, he and Brad are going to be hosting a seminar on Saturday, right, at 1:00, I think, guys.
Yep.
And they'll be over in the booth talking over in the seminar tents at the SAVE Expo, talking about Onyx, talking about how to use it, talking about their experience running the fat and using it, things like that. So that's going to be pretty cool. Onyx is now really the official GPS route that we recommend for using for running the fat. So definitely be sure to check that out. It's a big deal. Asia, you want to talk a little bit about the rugged adventure thing, about doing some filming and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's going to be
I know
awesome.
there's a lot still up in the air, but
there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, we haven't really ironed out a lot of things. I worked with Onyx separately, and then they reached out to John. Actually, I tried to connect them a long time ago when I went to Expo West, and I told them, man, if you guys don't have anything out east, and you need, as far as Florida is concerned, you need to get in touch with the godfather of trails over there, John Burkmeyer, and I'm glad they listened, because now you guys are going to be working together. So the deal that I have with Onyx is different than what John has with them. I've been working with them forever, creating reels for them and stuff. But now I actually get to combine the two things, where what John is doing and what I've been doing with them, kind of putting it all together and creating like a video on just promoting the rugged adventure stuff. So they haven't really, me and John haven't really discussed yet how we're going to make it all look like. But once we get this crew of ours, this band of brothers together, we're going to definitely create something that's going to be awesome, like we did with Waypoint Unknown. That video is still, to this day, that video is still one of my favorite videos of all time. It's just sad.
Hands down, yeah.
Yeah,
I
It
love that
almost
video.
killed me making that video.
that sponsor, the sponsor we had for that video, though, I wish it was Onyx and not who we made it for, because they didn't even care. Except for the other one, the other sponsor of that video was Midland, and Midland has just taken good care of us always.
I was going to say Midland's amazing. They took good care.
Like,
No,
time
yeah,
out.
there were
was
two.
the other one.
There were two
Throwing some
sponsors.
vague
One,
shade.
yeah, Midland is amazing.
Yeah.
Anytime any of us need it, and as a matter of fact, they always ask me, "Does your crew need anything for this or that?" And and they say the same thing to Brad. So they've been great. They've just been so awesome with us. So
Absolutely amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, we need to get Gene a giant antenna, don't we?
No, so I can
Dude, listen,
we've got one.
I've got 4 antennas here, because anytime they need reels, they're like, "Here, we're just gonna send you one so that it's brand new when you create content." Dude, I have
Brad,
like,
would you?
man.
Bro, I literally thought I thought Brad was about to vomit. I thought the way that he ran away, I thought you were about to spew, dude.
Yeah.
We can actually do like a series on replacing your antenna on the trail, just in case it breaks. I mean, you guys got a whole bunch of them, so like,
Yeah.
it really makes sense.
Yeah.
Spare
I
antenna.
want to figure out how to link them all vertically together. Is what I want to.
Yeah. That's what would that be? Okay, Asia.
Show off.
okay, so we have 1, 2. I got speakers. If you guys need anything, man, anyone here too. If you guys want,
Let's go.
I'm gonna bring some of this stuff to
Let's do
Expo,
it.
and
We can
I don't
show
know
it
who needs a
off.
speaker yet.
Ooh, that's cool. I
Dude,
need one of those,
yeah,
Brad.
we
I've been
have- we
wanting
have-
one of those.
God.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
definitely
really?
thankful for Midland. Oh,
Yeah, see, we all.
We know Apple doesn't sponsor you.
Do you, John? Do you have one of these speakers? Because these are awesome, by the way. Especially if you own a Jeep, they are freaking phenomenal. Because if you try to listen to a radio while you're in a Jeep or anything loud, it's very.
I'd
very
say
hard
it's
to hear.
absolutely necessary
and these
to
are
have
John,
one of these. If
you should
got a
definitely
Jeep.
get one so you can hear the radio over your broken taillight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, but see, Brad's gonna get the one that they just sent me. It's because this is. I mean, if you look at this thing, it is freaking humongous. It's like the size of my head, right? It's pretty big. But they came out with the SPK Mini,
that's
which
what
is
I
like
want.
this small,
Yeah.
and it's great. It doesn't block your rear view mirror if you have it
I
hung
like
up
it.
or
I
something.
like it.
Yeah. So I'll bring some of this stuff. Maybe you know what? Because Midland said do a giveaway. So if you guys come to our lecture, maybe we can do something. You
I
can
don't know if we
win
should
call
a
it a
little bit,
lecture.
some
That seems
Win a
little-
Midland
little
radio.
formal.
I mean, you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
I'm all about it.
Or what do you call it?
Maybe we should we
Workshop?
give the
I don't
lecture
know.
over
I'm
the
a parent.
radios?
That's a good idea. There are
So
legal
anyway, what
limits
I
to
was
how
trying
long
to
you
say
can
was-
broadcast, Fred. You would know that if you actually got your license legally.
God, the ham radio operators are so elite. They're like the elitist of all.
Who here has a ham license? Am I the only one? Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
What's up, brother?
I
Yeah,
forgot my call sign though.
Boy, did we
the
get off track again.
yeah, everything's
K-
great. But guys,
KG,
somehow there's
everybody.
still 15 people that are watching this.
Why?
utter trash.
Why?
currently. I don't even know.
What are you guys even doing here? Comment,
right,
like,
so-
subscribe,
awesome.
and
Listen,
All right,
all
so-
jokes aside, Midland is fantastic.
Wait, do you guys know?
Onyx Off Road is like honestly and truly, genuinely the only app we use to go on our adventures and the one that we trust. I mean, it's got tons of features, weather and stuff like that. And if I think of rugged, right, I think of us 4. So it just makes sense 5 now. So it makes sense that we would be the rugged
I thought I was out for a second.
adventure crew. And I for one am super excited to film something.
Yep, it's gonna be
So-
sweet.
I just want to just to circle back to like useless gear that you got at Expo. Brad got me a can opener made of kangaroo testicle. Brad got this for me one year, and it's very dear to my
Why
heart.
would you think that's useful, though?
you mean very
Seems like
kangaroo
you're
to your
using
heart,
it right
right?
now.
Yeah.
I don't. Is it? I mean, yeah, it's not useless. I just
Seems
wanted
like you
an
like it.
excuse.
It's
Bring it.
extremely functional. I
I-
don't understand
So
what
you were
you're
able to grab it really quickly.
It's
All right,
been
enough
over
of
there.
this, guys. Jeez. All right, so somebody asked for a link. The Adventure
Sorry.
Crusader. Just
No,
if you
he
go to
didn't. He
Midland-
said, "Can you link the speakers for surround sound?" He's being an idiot.
Oh, that sort of link.
No,
But
why?
speaking
Daryl-
of Daryl, the Adventure Crusader, he's going to be in the Crusader Corner at the Save Expo. So make sure
Definitely
that you
hang out with him.
He, be-
Good
say
people.
what?
he better have my donuts.
He said earlier that he's going to have your donuts.
Is
Yep.
that a code for something?
No.
Not kangaroo nuts, not toe nuts.
Wow, this is
Donuts.
really
the
gotten out of
Adventure
control.
Crusader. We've
Okay,
devolved.
to
Yeah.
wrap up the stream,
We're never
make sure you
invited
come
back.
and see us
ever.
at the Save Expo. If
Never,
you're in the
ever.
Facebook group, if
Worth
you're in the Facebook group, follow me on Instagram, any of that stuff. I will be sharing all the social stuff for Sunshine State Overland Outfitters. And our hope is to get the shop open and running and ready to go as soon as possible.
Yeah.
What do we need to do, Gene? Everything.
Yeah, pretty much only everything.
Right.
Install a lift, bring all my tools over.
Do you need a saw?
Probably
No,
path
they don't
lights
need
in
a
there.
saw, Brad.
Build an
Okay.
office. We could use a saw. We got to build stuff. We could use your saw.
No, not that's a wood saw he has.
Yeah, that's the one I want actually.
We got to
Okay.
build. We got to build an office.
Gene,
Yeah,
it's
we
yours,
got
buddy.
an
It's yours.
office.
I'll bring it to save.
Yeah, so I mean, we only got to do everything.
John,
Oh,
you
buy
have
it,
forgotten
so
to
excited for
send
you
us
guys.
keys to the shop. I don't know if that's
We're not.
tricky or not.
No. Listen, I just got done watching a interview with Dale Earnhardt Jr., which was
Yep.
awesome. Do it for Dale, and he said that even at his race shop, he is the only person with the keys to the parts room.
Well, then how's Gene's going to get in then?
Yeah, if Dale has the keys, that would be a little weird.
But Gene's
Yeah.
in charge.
What?
You
Why
guys
are you
can
going to
go
give Dale Earnhardt the keys to your shop?
Well, he'll just have to come from North Carolina. Anyways, Dale, if you're watching, Dale, you can have keys to my shop any day.
But we
But
can't.
Gene will have keys to the shop, and I'll have keys to the shop.
He doesn't
You
even know Dale. He
buffoons
knows
will not
us.
have keys to the shop.
Come on,
Because it won't be locked. I get it. Appreciate
you
it.
don't even have a shop right
He
now.
gets it. He gets it.
I have
Figured it
nowhere to
out.
bring my Rover.
All right, really quick. Shout out to Danan for helping me track down some sick knives to sell this year at the expo. Danan, do you have one nearby that you could show as an example?
So I actually packed them up already, but I'll get one. Let me.
Do you have one at all?
Yeah, I got one of mine.
Put you on
Hang
the
on.
spot. Okay. Dude, check out how sick these knives came out. These are way better than a lot of the ones that we've had in the past. These are sweet. They are handmade by one of the guys that Danan works with. Check this out. Show them off there,
so-
Danan.
So this is
There we go. Real nice.
Nice.
Yep. So yours, all of
Nice.
yours are Damascus though. So this design, actually, believe it or not, this is my design. I drew this up.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. Actually, it turned out a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, there's some Damascus.
I
right
like
there.
that one. That's my that I love.
Show
love
it how
that
it
style.
cuts. You.
No,
Brad's like, cut something.
there we go.
Let me show you something.
Let me
This
tell
is
you something.
actually, and then you actually do have a few of these Tonto blades.
Ooh,
Those are dope.
Tonto blades.
I love a good Tonto
Those are
blade.
sick.
I love Tonto's my my jam, dude. I love
Tonto's
Tonto
my
blades
Swanto,
on
you know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of my knives.
Nope.
Shut up.
Is that one mine?
Should I be playing with sharp things? Give me a break. I'm sharp up here, and that's what matters. Yes,
Ugh.
I just
well-
put a sharp knife on my head. So
Oh,
Yeah.
guys,
Never
the
mind.
best comment of the night actually came from Cubicle Investor, who when Asia had his bottle opener with the kangaroo testicle, I just got what this is in reference to. Is that for beer with a lot of hops?
no.
Dude, no one's
So
gonna
good.
know. I'm pinning that to the top
no,
of the
no,
chat,
listen.
and it's just gonna stay there.
No,
until
that
someone
is
figures it
dad
out.
joke of the that's dad joke of the year right there.
Wow.
That is
Chef's
dad
kiss.
joke
Chef's kiss.
of the year.
All right, for real though, come to the
That
Save
was-
Expo. Come by our booth, booth 302. It's gigantic. You can't miss it. Bring a lawn chair. Come hang out. Like seriously, we would love to meet you.
It is
Yeah.
how we are.
We're
Yeah,
totally
seriously.
it is. It is a problem for a lot of people of the world, but it's just this is how we are.
If you can keep track where our conversations are,
Yep.
you'll be just fine. And if when we do our our workshops or whatever, just know that we might start talking about Onyx, and then we end
I
up
think we
talking
landed
about
on
hops.
lecture.
It's
We're gonna
just
call
how
it
it's going to
lecture.
be.
Yeah. No, that's not.
I say lecture because I'm a dad, and that's what
No,
I
but
do.
seriously,
to my son.
come hang out in the booth. We won't force you out. Pull up a chair, hang out.
Yeah. We're just normal guys. The internet is stupid and weird, and we're not. So come hang out with us. We'd love
Yeah.
to hang out with you.
We are
Come
not
meet
weird at
Gene,
all.
the newest part of our crew. If you've got questions about stuff you want to do to your rig, or maybe questions you've got
Lot
about
of
something going on with your
questions.
truck, Gene will be there. He'll have business cards. We'll have
Yep,
things
he's actually
and
going to
stuff,
be selling
and
flannel
it'll be great.
shirts.
What?
Gene will
Hey,
be selling
Gene?
flannel shirts.
I just wanted to say,
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say, Gene, I really love your paper towels, and I have some
Oh,
in my
Bronny,
shed
I
right
get it.
now.
I get it.
Just letting you know.
No excuses, Overland.
Yeah.
John
separate
and
company.
myself will be there on Thursday.
So will Brad. Why am I omitted?
Brad's going to be there Thursday.
Brad will be there, and Gene will be there.
Oh,
I'll
and
be there.
Gene will be there. Okay,
Also
Asia's
known
going to
as Charlie
show up
Brown.
because
Yeah.
he's Friday night, right? Asia.
Friday
Friday
afternoon.
afternoon,
We'll
hopefully,
save
or
you your
hopefully
spot
just
in the
before
booth.
noon.
Somewhere
Yeah.
between Friday morning and Friday
Yeah,
night.
I have
Asia will
a-
be there.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing all of you guys. Looking forward to hanging out in the booth. And yeah, we'll have a little area set up where people can just hang out so we can keep kind of doing some of the stuff we need to do to sell the things we need to sell so that I can break even on the booth and live in
Yeah,
my house and not
just
the
hang out.
backyard or in the shed.
By the way, a little side plug here. Only 15 of the knives have the fat logo on them.
Oh,
Why'd you go with an
so
odd number?
some are custom fat knives.
They're little, yes.
For-
Every knife is
literally for
custom.
cutting
They're
the
all
fat.
hand. Yeah.
Danan, you should hide 5 of them around the fat and leave clues and see who can find them.
That's
Hopefully
not a
children.
bad-
Watch somebody
Brad,
stab
It's not a bad
themselves.
idea, Brad.
digging
that's
for it.
dude. That's probably the best. Did you chat GPT that comment?
Not just for holding hats, people.
That's not a bad idea. That's actually a really
We're
good
never
idea.
doing a live stream at 8:00 at night again. And I'm
Come
missing
on.
the
Actually, okay,
Cletus
listen.
McFarland
Listen.
Nissan Altima race right now.
Well, listen, go talk to Onyx because at Expo West they did stuff like that using the Onyx app. to
let's do it.
geolocate certain things
Let's do
around
it.
the expo. So you could actually call Onyx and say, hey, how did you guys pull that off at Expo West? We'd love to do that with some prize stuff here. And then they can show you how you can create something where people can follow things and they get updates on Onyx and letting
Let's
them
do
know,
it.
hey,
Gene,
you know,
Gene, write this down.
this is hidden
Write
there.
this
And then they
idea
would,
down.
they
yeah,
would,
I'm writing it down.
they would
That's the end of my head.
geolocate certain things and
Hey,
find their way
does
to
he look
those
like a
spots.
secretary to you or a mechanic?
Both.
Well,
What answer would you like me to provide?
Well,
This guy's a full-blown mechanic. Look at the flannel shirt.
Are you
yeah.
are
He's
you
actually just
implying
off a
that
tire.
Gene doesn't know how to read or write?
Well, that's what I have John for.
yeah. How are you gonna
I
do work
kinda
orders?
like that geocache idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, you can do that. And then what they did was they used waypoints where they would follow waypoints to certain things along the expo, and then each waypoint had a clue to like the next one.
So the
I don't know, it was
waypoints are
weird, but you
unknown
gotta
right
ask
now.
them how they did it.
Oh.
He's
All right.
look at his face. He's
Everybody-
so proud of himself.
Yeah. Everybody here,
He
go watch the
really
Waypoint
is.
Unknown video on YouTube to get your first clue at the bullshittery that is.
You can't say
No,
that.
I can say
We
that
just
this
got
is.
demonetized.
When this
I'm not even monetized. But we
when
just
this
got
live stream
demonetized.
ends,
It's one word. It's actually not
When you-
swearing. It's just one word.
John, when you end this live stream, can me and Brad just stay on and pretend we're still live streaming, or is that?
Yeah,
like,
you guys
no,
can do
no?
that as long as you want. As long as
Can you just keep the live going?
Okay.
I want to see how long people that are on literally
Before people
until
log
our
You hang up.
listeners
No,
How
are
you
about
hang
zero.
up. No, you hang
Just
up.
hanging
I'll
out.
make you guys a deal. Gene only has a 45-minute drive back to his house. So we're going to put it to the chat. And if you guys vote in the chat, just say yes or no. We will keep the live stream going for another 10 minutes if you say yes. If you say no, we're going to hang up the phone. We're going to turn this off.
You know what?
Hold
we
on.
should just
My
send them
mom
all
needs
the
to
link
use
and then
the
let them just
phone,
join
guys.
in.
Okay.
Before we continue with the
You
haberdashery,
can't use the phone. I'm on the internet.
have we hit all the points you wanted to hit, John? Before the
I
haberdashery
don't even know what
continues?
points I was going
No.
to hit anymore.
You know what?
honestly.
Next time you need to have a list, and then you need to basically like go shut up. The next one is
Gene,
this.
Write this
this,
idea
this.
down too.
Normally,
I got
this
it.
is
I got it.
Gene's
Yeah.
got it.
Right? Yeah. Write that
Normally,
down.
I do that.
Write it down, Gene.
Normally,
Oh.
I do.
We got
But
two
really,
yeses.
the only three things we needed to talk about was Save Expo, which we've talked about a lot.
We did.
Talk
Yep.
about
Yeses,
the
four
shop
yeses,
opening
five
up.
yeses.
Oh, there's a lot of
6
yeses
yeses.
coming in.
Ah.
Real bad. Save Expo, Sunshine State Overland Outfitters, which we've talked about, and
Asia's
Honor,
kangaroo
which
balls.
is going to be so cool.
Onyx.
And
Yeah.
there's been some bonus content. You don't even have to get
There
on our
has, yeah.
Patreon for bonus content. You get it right. Come.
Huh.
Can we start calling John Billy instead?
I'm not making the reference.
Are we voting?
Why?
Because who's sitting next to him?
Gene.
Charlie Brown.
And if your name was Billy, let it sink
I
in.
don't like it.
You know,
Billie
I've had a
Jean.
boat before.
Billie Jean. Got it.
Billy
It's
Jean.
not my girl.
That was a big stretch for
guess
me, and
I'm
I can
okay
only
with it. I mean,
think
I don't
about
know.
how much I have
Gene
to
liked
pee.
it.
Yeah.
Billy Jean.
Gene.
Yeah, dude, that's you guys. That's Billy Jean
Mhm,
right
mhm.
there.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
since this is going longer, since we're adding some time here, I think that I probably need to announce.
Please let me sleep.
There's one other thing that I wasn't going to announce, but I feel like maybe we need to do it.
Say
So
it. Say it.
here's the other thing. The other thing. Wait, real quick. Has
Mm.
anybody ever seen the movie Extreme Days?
Is that a movie or a song?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever seen Extreme Days?
I don't think so.
This is
Can
one of
you
the
act out
greatest
the
movies
opening
that
scene?
nobody has ever seen. And it's about a bunch of friends that saved up all their money to go on a road trip. And when they graduated high school, because they were skater bros, and then they couldn't go on the road trip anymore because their one friend, his grandfather died. So they change up their whole trip to go and get their friend's inheritance from their grandfather. But then they find out that the grandfather lost all of his money because he was trying to sell rattlesnake as a primary food group in the United States. And
I think you just described the movie Pipe
Nope.
I
Dream.
think you just described me as the grandfather and the Land Rover as the snake.
basically,
Have you seen Hot Rod?
No, it sounds like Hot Rod, but it's not. This is before all of that. It's called Extreme Days. This was the movie of my childhood, and I thought that I could skateboard after this movie, and I could not. But the grandfather, he's this Asian guy, kind of Mr. Miyagi type character, and he's trying to sell the rattlesnake, and he calls it the udda white meat. And I don't know what made me think about
Chicken,
that, but I wanted to
pork.
share it with you.
Is there a
And I also
connection?
don't know why you
Asians.
looked at me directly when you said Asian grandfather, Mr.
Who did
Miyagi.
that?
I don't know
Brad
what-
pointed at
You
Asia.
looked at me a little
Asia,
bit.
are you technically
A ninja?
Asian, or is it your name? The internet wants to know.
I am
Yeah, let's clear this up right now.
Right.
Filipino.
So Philip is your name.
So you're a Philippians chapter 4.
14 verse 7. There's been a lot of letters.
Yes,
written to
yeah,
me.
so many
I like
letters
where
written
I
to
like
Asia
where
over the years. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
like
here's
where
the
this
other
is
thing
headed.
that I've been working
Um,
on with my buddy Cam, who will be in the booth. All you guys know about this. So my friend Cam, who is a basically a web developer, and I have been working on a project for quite some time now, and it is ahead of schedule. And he's actually going to be at Onyx talking to not at Onyx, at Save Expo, talking to people about it. And the company is called Trail Forge, and Trail Forge is going to be an online marketplace where people can sell their travel guides. And the whole vision behind this is to not let your adventures die on the hard drive. So when you plan a big trip somewhere and, you're like Danan, and you're like, man, I had this awesome trip planned, and you go and do it one time, all that work that you put into planning this epic trip to, I don't know, maybe like the Trans-American Trail or something like that. What we're going to be able to do through Trail Forge is you can host your Trans-American Trail adventure plan. So your travel guide, you'll be able to host that travel guide on the website. It's all built so as you go in, it asks you questions and formulates a travel guide. And then people like me and you, let's say we wanted to go and replicate, maybe we watched Danan's Trans-American Trail video that in this imaginary world he finished.
It is finished. The TAT
Right.
videos are done.
They're done. And so, and we wanted to replicate that. I could go on trailforge.com and I could one-click download Danan's Trans-American Trail route and travel guide and all of that stuff. Well, not his route, because you had to pay to get the Trans-American Trail. So that would be an exception. But if you watched Danan's YouTube video on the Trans-American Trail, you could go on our website, download his travel guide, know how long it took him to complete the different sections, where he camped, points of interest along the way, all of that. So I'm really excited about this business model. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what's funny, John, is and I don't think I've spoken about this to anybody, but I actually documented the entire thing, fuel costs, all of my investments. Did I share that spreadsheet with you guys? Okay.
I have it. Yeah. So that'd be a great example of something that somebody would be able to go and get off of trailforge.com. And then for those of you that, are route designers or you plan trips, you go and do that trip one time. Like when I go do the trips that I, do, like the trip we just got done doing in Tennessee, I probably spent 60 hours researching and planning that trip and picking out the routes and finding places to camp. Once we do that trip, that's the end of that, And so the cool part is now there's going to be a digital marketplace where I could host that route, or not that route, but that trip. And people could go purchase it, download it, and be able to replicate that adventure. So really excited about this. It's, we're cool. Very, very, very early in all of this. But if you have some questions about what that could look like, especially if you're somebody that does a lot of trips, plans a lot of trips, this would be a great way for you to create some residual income, for some passive income for yourself. And we're really excited about the model of business that we're building with that. So it's going to be pretty cool. A lot of irons in the fire, but it's going to be cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So let's take that that comment that we just got from the Adventure Crusader. And I'd like to firstly say, what a ridiculous question. And then secondly say, yes, it does.
Yes.
On a state by state. So I actually did that on my motorcycle, not in the Rover. And I actually did get a whole, yeah, we've all had beers, man.
No, this is vodka Rebel.
Mine's
Oh.
coffee.
Mine's
Wow.
empty, and I have to pee really, really bad. I'm only here for the rest of you. But yeah, I actually in that same spreadsheet, I actually state by state, I documented a whole bunch of it's motorcycle repair shops specifically because I did on the motorcycle, but the distance off of the tat that they are, and the address and the phone number and all that stuff, and it's categorized by state, assuming you're going east to west, but that doesn't really matter.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Roadless Traveler
John, you have a
asks, is the
question.
nighttime ride at SAVE sponsored by you guys? Sponsored, I don't know if that's the right word. We're like Sunshine State's hosting it, and we're going to lead the trail ride. Sponsoring it. I'm not
Recovery will be sponsored to me by Gene.
Actually, recovery stuff. So Daryl from the Adventure Crusader YouTube channel, he and a bunch of his guys, I asked them to be willing to be on call throughout because I'm sponsoring the off-road trails at this year's expo. So he's got a bunch of guys that are going to be out there helping with recoveries. Brad has agreed to help with recoveries as well. So Gene will be out there doing some recoveries if need be. So
I'll assist with
maybe
breakdowns.
some trail side fixes. You're excited about
that's
that.
the worst.
John, do you know
yeah.
if you have to pay for the off-road course separately when you go to SAVE? How does that work?
Yeah, great question. So I think that the off-road trails is like an add-on thing for SAVE, but I'm not 100% sure. I do know that on Saturday and Sunday, the extra, the like access to the back 40, as we called it when I worked at the firm, that like back extended section, all the advanced trails. I do think that SAVE is charging $20 for that. So $20, it's limited to 20 spots. But the trails back there are different than anything that we've ever been able to do at the SAVE, unless you did like the side-by-side stuff with Yamaha. They were on some of the trails back there, but they didn't go into all the stuff on the backside. So, but great question. All right, cool. Oh, and last thing, Danan knows this, and we'll add on to this with the Adventure Crusader thing. I'm working on t-shirt designs for all of these guys. And Danan's t-shirt design is Danan's Rover repair. And it's going to be pretty cool. It looks like an actual like shop tee, has a logo on the back. On the back, it has like this really cool vintage hand-drawn sketch of a Land Rover repair shop with some Rovers parked out back. And the cool part is that these kind of special limited run shirts that we're going to have on my website once they're done, these guys get 100% of the profit. It goes to support what they're doing. And so I'm really excited about that. So
we do?
Yeah. I already told you that.
I conveniently forgot that. I literally forgot that you told me that.
It'll be pretty cool. I'm excited
awesome.
about it.
Yeah. No,
Brad, should we tell them what your t-shirt design is, Brad?
We should. I feel like we should probably spill the beans on it.
Yeah. So Brad's t-shirt design, on the front, it says Overlandaroo drive-through. It looks like a vintage tee with like a soda shop type of a vibe, like a drive-through roadside diner. And then on the back, it is it's Brad's Adventure Pies. It's world famous Adventure Pies. And you'll just have to see the design on that. It's going to be pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
Does it say hot bread? Does it say now serving hot bread? No.
It says hot pies, not hot bread. But
Listen,
Uh,
if you aren't getting the apple pie reference, go check out the Waypoint Unknown video.
yeah.
It'll be
Fourth
in there.
Yeah,
one.
you gotta go
Yeah.
check that out.
Yep.
But also,
And then
if you're not
Gene's
understanding
shirt
the
is
bread
just going to
reference.
be a Charlie Brown Snoopy shirt,
I love it.
Nice.
I love
So,
it.
Hey, wait,
or
hold
or
on.
it'll be a face.
Is
It'll be
Charlie
his face
Brown-
grumpy, and it just says, "I hate Nissans."
That works. Yeah.
Wait, is Snoopy like is being on Snoopy? Or is that only Calvin
Oh.
and Hobbes?
Yeah, I
But
don't
that
think
would be
Charlie
cool.
Brown really ever did that ever.
I
I
didn't
know,
see
but I
that
think-
Charlie Brown.
But
That
I
must have
think
been a different.
that would be a cool.
You
You
may
know
have
how they
downloaded the
did-
wrong
how
movie,
they
my
did-
friend.
No, Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah,
you know, like
I'm thinking like most
stickers
people
with-
aren't gonna like that.
the Calvin and Hobbes who are like they're always like Calvin's always like peeing on Hobbes or something. You know what I mean?
Why would he pee on Snoopy?
I don't know. I just thought it would.
Aren't they
I-
friends?
Now that I know that I get 100% of the profit of the shirts,
Dude,
I'm gonna need
listen,
you all
look.
to. I'm gonna do a GoFundMe
Look.
for 100 shirts each person because I got a lot. Gene's got a lot of shit to fix on the Rover.
A
So
lot of things to fix on the Land Rover.
Guys,
Yeah. Well, we have long-term parking there, so we could just put that thing out back with the other junk cars. So it'd be a good.
nah, come on now.
Hey,
It
I
still
know.
runs.
I know the Toyota dealership local to us, so we could go there and get you a nice rig.
I'm up for that.
oh my god.
Actually,
I need a
you know
new-
what? I actually went and test drove the new GX 550 and was surprised that I fit in it, was comfortable, and I liked it. And I would happily go and sell like $180,000 worth of drugs to go afford that vehicle. You know,
This stream has gotten out of control.
I'm just
What
kidding.
am I, a joke to you?
What am I, a joke to you? That's really a
I'm just
Gene
saying.
quote.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Full blown Gene quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that quote came from Gene, and
Yeah.
then you
Gene
made it
yelled at
famous?
me one time, and then it just.
It was way more than one time, but
There are
That-
two phrases
that
Gene
checks.
says- well, there's really three phrases that Gene says a lot. He loves to say full blown. Just full blown.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of full blown
Nice.
stuff.
blown's been
Okay.
used a lot just in this
Lot.
live stream.
Yep.
Can confirm.
That's been a bingo word.
yeah, full blown when something's serious. You know, it's like full blown.
Full blown.
Yeah.
Full blown.
Don't worry, Adventure Crusader. I was just joking about that. I don't actually do that stuff.
And then he'll say, "What am I, a joke to you?"
Yeah, that's true.
That's the second thing he
So-
says. And then
so
the
it's
third
from
thing
him.
he says a lot of is, "I hate you." And that one
Oh,
hurts my
yeah.
heart.
That one stings. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other two are jokes. I think the third one is serious.
100% true.
Yeah. You should definitely take it personal.
I
Are there
do.
still people here?
There's 15 people watching this.
Why?
I don't
What?
even know.
Why? Why?
You know why? Because
John, I don't know what your retention metrics are on your typical live streams,
Listen,
but I think we might be hitting a record.
because the reason why people are still here because we are a bunch of mushrooms.
Fun guys.
Fun guys.
Yeah.
On that note, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. My name is John. This is Gene. That's Brad. That's Asia. That's Danan. Together, we're a bunch